What's going on, you guys? Sasha's Boss here, and today I just got done seeing my first horror movie of the 2023 season of Halloween. I saw Scream as my first horror film of the year, but I came back and I saw The Nun. Yes, this is the sequel to The Nun, Nun II, or Nun II. This movie right here is a non-spoiler review whatsoever about the Nun. If you guys are unfamiliar with the Nun character, she first appeared in The Conjuring 2 and got her own solo movie back in 2016. Directed by James Wan, one of my favorite directors for the horror genre. But this movie is directed by The Conjuring 3 directors and The Curse of La Llorona, which I've still not seen. So this film is directed by him, and this is the sequel to The Nun. Okay, guys, so going into the plot. The plot of this movie follows a couple characters, really. It follows the groundskeeper, Frenchie. Frenchie, the groundskeeper, is working at a boarding school. And if you remember from The Nun 1, he defeated the nun, but Valak is attached behind his neck of the seal. The seal is unbroken, and Valak is back, haunting the school. The problem is, Sister Irene has no idea that the nun is back, but she was sent down to fight the demon. So, it's a pretty basic plot. It's a really nice story, and it really follows a lot, because the bishop ordered Irene to go visit the school, and it's very straightforward. So guys, going into the characters really quickly, Sister Irene is back in action. She is a lovable fan favorite character. I just always love watching her in any movie, just because, any of the nun movies, just because she's a great nun. She's a great heroic character. She just shows a lot of bravery, a lot of empathy. She's just a very, very welcoming character. I just absolutely love that character. Next up is the, I forget the other nun's name, but it's another, I call her Sister. There's a new nun that's going alongside with Irene. She's the same girl who was in Last of Us. Not Ellie, it's Ellie's friend from Last of Us. She was one of my favorite characters in this movie. I absolutely adored her character. She was really cool. Next character is Frenchie, obviously. Frenchie, this one, he was almost a father figure to a girl named Sophie. Sophie goes to the boarding school, and her mom's one of the teachers. She has this really nice bond with Frenchie, and Frenchie's almost becoming this dad and really nice guy who protects all the children, no matter if they're getting bullied or not. He always tries to do the right thing, and that's why I just love Frenchie. He's just a great character. Lastly, guys, let's talk about Valak. Valak itself, ladies and gentlemen, the demon entity of Valak really reminds me a lot of Pennywise in this movie. If you're a huge fan of it and The Conjuring, you know what I'm talking about. The Valak right here is badder and then scarier than ever. She was amazing. She has some amazing, really good scenes. A lot of nice jump scares between her and her creations are just amazing. And also, there might be a character I want a sequel for. So, yeah, she was a great character. Okay, guys, so going into things I really like about this movie. Number one, this movie takes place in Europe, takes place in France, and I just love the European architecture about this movie. I absolutely adored the Gothic tones and different symbolism and messages to Catholicism, which made this movie very strong. As a Catholic watching this movie is just breathtaking. It just shows you a lot about it too. And I also learned about a saint that I never heard about, the patron saint of the blind, Saint Lucy, which is pretty cool. She's a really cool story, and she's just a brave, heroic woman. So I can tell you a little bit about that in a different video if you want. Okay, so another thing I really like too is all the scenes of Valak. I absolutely enjoyed watching her come to life on the big screen. Every single scene she's in, she just blows my mind. The person who portrays her is just wonderful. Her close-up shots are so frightening, in fact, that I can't stop smiling. That's how cool she looks. She's so realistic, and I just feel like she's near me every single time. There's also another really good example of this in the magazine scene. Like, I don't want to spoil it, but it was slowed down and it was amazing from the trailers. Another thing, ladies and gentlemen, that I appreciated was the Frenchie character and the relationship he had with Sophie, and and Sophie's mom are just some of the greatest aspects to this film. Another thing I really enjoyed too, it takes place in a Catholic boarding school, which kind of get like the best of both worlds. You get like the school kind of like Hogwarts kind of esque, and then you kind of get like this nice chapel kind of vibe. It's really nice. It's very therapeutic and relaxing. I feel like just looking at the scenery. I just love the scenery. And also, it reminds me a lot of a rustic Hogwarts. So going into things I didn't like about this movie, there were a couple of things I didn't care for too much in the movie. Number one, I did not care too much about a certain. I don't really care too much about the ending. The ending alone, minus the post credit. The post credit was amazing. The ending of this movie, I thought a character would die. I really think one of these characters would have said goodbye, like, to the cast and do his own separate thing, just because it made this movie more symbolic. But I really feel like they could do it again if they made a third one. But I'm a little disappointed why they didn't kill off a character that we really wanted to see die. So, yeah, I thought this character's going to die throughout the whole film. I'm not going to spoil it who it is, but if you've seen the movie, you know who I'm talking about. Another thing I didn't care for about this film overall, some of the pacing was very, very slowed down. It was kind of slow at some points towards the beginning, but it kind of sped up. I don't know if I really care for that, but something I really appreciated, though, were the jump scare scenes, because I just adored it. The scares in this movie were amazing. Oh, I think the gripe I really had was not a lot of kills. There were only about like 6 kills in this film. Maybe like 12 or 6. I don't really know, but I counted around like 6 kills. I'm like, come on, they gotta add more kills to this film. It's a horror film, come on. I know it's psychological, but still, add more kills. Come on, it's more fun. Lastly, guys, this movie is not based on a true story whatsoever. Okay, so how do I recommend The Nun II to an audience? Well, I highly recommend The Nun to anybody who loves what James Wan created with The Conjuring, and anybody who loves learning about Catholicism or just loves demon characters or just any like spooky character in general. This is just a wonderful film for you. And if you really enjoyed The Nun the first time around, this is the best Nun movie you were ever going to get. Hopefully I'll make a third one. And this is easily my favorite Nun movie, just because it had everything I was wanting with Balak and more. So, without further ado, I want to recommend this movie to any horror fan, but I give it a solid 10 out of 10. And I just can't wait to see what they do next with a Nun 3. So thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you guys later for more videos like this in the future. Thank you, and as always, I am Stash the Boss. So, thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you guys later for more. Bye-bye.